Assalamualaikum and good day to all. My name is Khairul Iqmal bin Hamzah and my matriculation number 8203190452050002. I am a student in Bachelor of Management with Honour from OUM Malacca Learning Centre. Today, I would like to give a speech about the topic that I believe you guys are familiar with, is e-learning and face-to-face learning. Let me give a simple briefing about what the two methods of learning is. E-learning is a method that we recently practiced since the pandemic happened. It is a method of learning where it is conducted via electronic media such as laptops, smartphone and many more. It can be internet-based, CD-ROM based with element of animation, audio, text and video, just like what I am doing right now. As for face-to-face method, it's a classic way we all have experienced before the COVID-19 took place, which is attending classes physically with less electronic media used during the learning period. By the way, these two methods can have their pros and cons toward us. My purpose of giving this speech is to talk and elaborate more about e-learning method, or as we usually say, virtual learning or online learning. They both have the same meaning actually. E-learning can be more flexible compared to face-to-face learning. Not everyone has the ability to follow the schedule, especially when you are a part-time student like me. E-learning gives me chance to learn while working at the same time. I can easily watch the record videos of lesson from my lecturer. If I happen to have inevitable tasks at the time, it can be said that e-learning does not interfere my other commitments and allows me to balance my life as an employee and a part-time student. In addition, I can rewatch the video whenever I want to understand them better and learn them from my own pace, as I can pause and resume the videos. It is very helpful for me in order to master the lesson. E-learning is something that I rarely experienced before the pandemic, as I am more familiar with physical education and having to hand in all the assignment projects by hand to the lecturer. However, during the pandemic, I have learned and achieved my new technical skills that are related with this modern technology. I got to learn and sharpen my skills with new tools and software and get familiar with the electronic device. I can see this technical skill is important, especially when I am working on a project in a group. I had to discover a way to communicate with my teammates, and that is where technology plays the role. I could share my tasks via email, Dropbox, an example, as well as communicating with them through all the free preferable software during lockdown, such as Webex, Skype, Microsoft Teams and so on. All the submissions also become easier and I just had to click upload without having to spend my money for printing and papers. Talking about money, e-learning is really cost saving. Ever since I was introduced to e-learning, I did not have to pay for my stationeries and my transportations to go to my institution. Back when I was a full-time student, I had to pay for the accommodation provided in the university or rent the nearest house just so I could attend class on time. After the pandemic began, most of the universities are prohibited to enter due to the lockdown, and this results in the students and even myself to just stay at home without having to worry about our expenditure on the accommodation. Not only that, as a student, I believe the students who stay in the university tend to lavishly spend for food and is more costly than saving money by cooking. Based on my experience, eating homemade meals are reduced financial costs, as the ingredients could last longer, up to a week. Conversely, living in a university could result in spending more than 10 ringgits for a day, including other expenses, as it is against the law to bring cooking equipment in the university. In my opinion, e-learning does help me in being more attentive and focused for my lessons. I could say that it has less distraction than physical being in class, as I can hear my classmates during the lessons, and I believe there are few students that dislike to be crowd place as they are easily distracted. Other than that, there were times where I could not pay attention or be productive as my brain were not working at its best at the time. Hence, e-learning allowed me to study and learn by watching the video provided by the lecturer during the time when my brain is active and engaged. Other students also experience the same things, as different people are energetic and active at different times of the day. To look further, this will result in developing good health for the students and studying in less pressure and stress-free environment. There will less issue of mental health problems among the students, as they can learn and study at their own pace and surrounding. Our health is our first priority. This method of learning also offers opportunities to all the students that are introverted or passive to chime in their question by asking them to the lecturer privately without having to be the main focus during the lesson. I brought up this issue because I, myself, is an individual that sometimes have difficulties to directly ask questions to the lecturer in charge in the class. E-learning allows this type of student and even myself to boost our confidence and positivity in ourselves. This situation also allows us to develop in self-motivation, which includes on how we communicate formally or informally, and verbally or non-verbally. Our communication skills also can be improved through e-learning, despite having to use a medium such as smartphones to communicate. Even without having to communicate verbally, I can polish my skill on delivering my information or message efficiently through writing, as using email is more convenient in e-learning. E-learning means you can widely access any information from any source. It helps us to gain knowledge and information that is foreign in our country. It gives such a big advantage to assist students in completing our assignment, project, and many more. I can easily search things that related with my studies on the internet and just choose the best one of my reference. As the phrase goes, everything is in your fingertips. Usually, I had to physically head to the nearest library or bookshop in order to get my reference, but with the help of internet, I could effortlessly obtain them online in soft copy version. E-learning also helped me in broadening my general knowledge about recent news inside and outside of the country. Due to the usage of email knowledge in my project assignment, I could assuredly achieve better results and boost my pointer. Besides having to easily access everything on the internet, I can get in touch with my lecturer formally without having waste my time to head to their rooms. In nutshell, it can be concluded that e-learning gives us various benefit and advantage. Online learning opens up a new world of education to the student, especially with new generation that will experience with more advanced technology to build a sophisticated and industrialized country. Ever since I experienced online learning, it is very beneficial. It is very beneficial not only for me, but to the other students, lecturers, and even the institution itself. E-learning should be implemented more vastly and working on to fix its minor challenge, which I believe can be overcome effectively. There is nothing wrong with physical learning, but the advantage can be seen more on e-learning methods. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a nice day ahead.